Hi, I thought I would do a fun video where I tell you about some items that I have either repurchased or items that I have some backups of, because I thought that would be a good way to introduce you to some items that I really love. Because if you're gonna, have a backup of something or buy something more than once, you obviously love it. And of course, these are not all the products that I love, because some things I feel like you almost never run out of, and so I have a lot of favorites that I haven't repurchased just because I have like a bazillion eyeshadows or a bazillion lip products, and so it's really hard for me to run out of one of them to be able to repurchase it. But anyways, so I will start with this soap that I have from Coastal Scents, and it is called African Black Soap, and it looks like this. And I just bought this new piece, and you can see this is gigantic. And so these products, most of them are something that I use every single day, and that's why I managed to run out of them, like face soap. I use that every single day. And the previous piece, the packaging changed a little bit. It was slightly bigger because it was a circle instead of a square, and it was huge. I never thought I would run out of it. It must have taken me a year or two. I can't remember exactly how long I've had it, but I had finally run out of it maybe like a month or two ago, and I bought this new piece. And I know it looks like a full piece, but I actually took a chunk out that I've been using, and that's how I use it. You don't put the whole piece, you don't use the whole piece all at once. You break off little pieces because it's nice and soft, almost like a hard clay, and you can kind of break off a piece, and you can even shape it if you want to into the shape that you want. And I like to use my Clarisonic brush. You're not supposed to rub the soap directly on your face because it has like little pieces every once in a while that are a little bit scratchy. But I just take my Clarisonic brush, I have a piece of the soap sitting out in a dish, I wet the brush, rub it on the soap, it gets, no actual like pieces of soap, but it gets like the foam and some of the soap on the brush, and then I wash my face with that, and it works awesome. It gets my face so clean. I don't find it drying at all, although I have heard people say some people find it drying, some people don't, so it really depends on your individual skin type, I think. But I love that it just washes everything off really, really well. If you have makeup that doesn't come off really well, or if you have oily skin or acne prone skin, I personally have dry skin, but I still love this soap because I feel like it just cleans my face really well, but my face doesn't feel stripped or like tight after using it. And again, that's just like that's my individual experience with it, but I love it, and so I'll keep repurchasing it. And it's a great product because you just have to repurchase it once, and now I'm good for another, year or two. I don't know how long this is gonna last me, so it ends up being really cheap if you consider how long it lasts you for. And then while I'm talking about skincare, I might as well show you this moisturizer that I've repurchased, and this is from Aubrey Organics. It's their Sea Buckthorn and Cucumber with Ester C Moisturizing Cream, and this is for combination dry skin. And I love this because my skin is dry, but it cannot handle anything greasy or heavy or oily, because then it just breaks out right away. So this moisturizer is very light. It's moisturizing. It's not necessarily enough, depending on how dry your skin is, but it's a good kind of compromise for me, where it moisturizes, maybe not to the point that some of my really dry areas need it, but at the same time it doesn't break me out, which is great. That's probably more important to me, because who wants to be broken out? And it almost goes on matte. Once you blend it on, you don't have any shine left or any greasy residue. It actually looks kind of matte on your skin, and you do have to shake it up. It looks a little different from your typical moisturizers. I feel like it's like a little bit more liquidy. It's orange in color. I think it smells really nice, and I just love how it feels on my skin. Like, my skin just loves it. It never irritates or breaks it out, or my skin just feels soft and smooth, and I feel like it's, nourishing. I feel like the vitamins or whatever is in here, Sea Buckthorn, I feel like vitamin C, I feel like my skin really likes it because it just looks, I don't know, radiant or something, and I really love this product. I initially had half the size of this that came in a kit, and then I purchased the full size, and now I'm almost out of it, and I'm about to purchase the full size. It's 4 fluid ounces, by the way. I'm about to repurchase it again. I have it sitting in my cart at Vitacost right now, and so next time that I make a purchase, I will be repurchasing that since I'm almost out. And then the next product, this is a tool, and it is a brush. It's a face brush. It's called the Bamboo Bronzer Brush from Ecotools. And this is one of those things that I have a backup of. So I repurchased it but haven't used it yet because this one's still, still going strong. And I'm really glad that I bought a backup. Once I started using this brush, I was like, oh, I really love it. I should, have another one because I feel like what if something ever happens to it and I don't always see it in stores, and I just wanted to have one just in case. And I'm really glad because now these look different. They, I don't want to say reformulated, can you reformulate a brush? But they have different bristles now. Their bristles are that dark brown color, like darker than this. And so I don't know, maybe it's exactly the same, maybe it feels exactly the same, and that's fine. But just in case it doesn't, I'm glad that I have, a backup of it that looks exactly like it and it doesn't have the different bristles, because you never know, they might be like softer or floppier or not as dense or something. If you've tried it, I would love for you to let me know, because I've been curious myself if it's any different with the different colored bristles or if it's just the color that's different. They look silkier and shinier, those brown bristles, so I'm not sure. But I love this brush because it's so dense, yet it's super soft, and it's just great for blending out powder on your face and, applying mineral foundation or even just like a setting powder. I just almost always use this, with the exception of times that I use a stippling brush if I want a really, really light layer. And I just absolutely love this brush. I think it's great. And the stippling brush I use is also from Ecotools, and it's also a favorite, and I would have a backup of that if it didn't come in a kit and I didn't have to buy a whole entire kit just to get that one brush. But that's that. And then another tool is something I have shown you before, which is this sponge, this beauty blender dupe, so to speak, that I got at TJ Maxx. And I love this sponge for applying liquid foundation. I think it works amazing. And so I've been using it for a while, and it started getting really dirty, and I washed it. But I feel like as much as you wash it, some of the makeup never washes out. And then I was thinking, well, I don't know how long do these really last until, they get all gross and you need a new one. I have no idea. Maybe they last a really long time, maybe not. But while I knew they were still at TJ Maxx, I went back and I bought another one. This one's yellow. Haven't used it yet. And then I bought another one that's a little bit of a different shape. I just thought, to mix things up, I would try this other shape. And I did use this one today, so unfortunately it's dirty, but that's why it's bigger, because it takes a while for them to shrink back down after you've dampened them. But I'm not sure which shape I like different. I like them both. I really don't know, but now I have 3 of them, so I have lots of backups if anything happens to these. And then another thing that I have repurchased is this amazing, amazing lip balm from Silk Naturals, and this is their Amplifying Lip Glaze in transparent. So it's just a completely clear lip balm. It is like super duper glossy and shiny. I like to use this on its own because it feels really nice on my lips. It's minty, by the way, but I also like to use it, like I have it right now, over a lip color that's kind of like a matte lipstick, and I put it on so my lips would look a little bit more glossy and shiny. And I put it on a little while ago, so it might have, it probably doesn't look quite as shiny as it did when I first put it on, but I love to use it essentially as a clear lip gloss over some colors that, don't have that shine. So this is a really great product, and I've repurchased it, and I'm not sure how much I have left, but I might have to repurchase it again in the near future. And then this product, oh, I guess this is another skincare item. I should have shown it when I was showing the skincare. But it's Silk Naturals Mama's Helper Serum. And this is my second bottle of the one that's called Mama's Helper, but before that I was using one called Awesome Sauce, and this is essentially the same thing as Awesome Sauce, so you could say I've repurchased this like a whole bunch of times because I think I went through at least 2 bottles of Awesome Sauce, and then this is my second bottle of the Mama's Helper. And how they're different is there's an ingredient in Awesome Sauce that is like a little bit questionable for pregnancy, so they took that out and they put, I believe it is licorice extract maybe, in here, which is supposed to be good for fighting like hyperpigmentation, which often happens when you're pregnant. And so when I became pregnant, I switched to this version, but I've gone through, you know, lots and lots of bottles of, you know, first Awesome Sauce and then this, and I just really, really love it. Honestly, this is probably the last thing that I would be willing to give up in my skincare routine, because I feel like when I first started using it, I noticed probably after about a month that my skin had gotten so much better breakout wise. It really helped, you know, both clear it up and keep it from breaking out, assuming, you know, I don't do anything wrong. Like, I know there's some things that definitely break me out, like some oils and stuff, and this obviously doesn't prevent that, but as long as I don't use things that I know for a fact break me out, this really helps keep my skin clear. And I was just really amazed, and I just can't give it up because I feel like my skin was so much worse before I started using this product. And it's not even meant for that. It's not even like an acne product. I think it's more of like an anti-aging product, but it just works so good for keeping my skin clear that I absolutely love it, and I will keep repurchasing it as long as they continue to make it. And another product, I guess I should say that I have backups of this rather than, you know, repurchased it because I haven't used one up, but I have a powder from the Conservatorie, and I have, it's their Pressed Mineral Foundation, which I have shown in a video that I have on their mineral makeup, and I have porcelain and ivory that I use. Porcelain is a little better for me right now because my skin, you know, is still really pale from the winter. Ivory I can pull off too. I feel like I will definitely be transitioning to that in the summer, and I just love that powder, and I use it all the time, and I especially use it to set liquid foundation, but I wear it by itself also, even though it doesn't provide a ton of coverage on its own. But I really, really like it, and I've been using it a lot. And right now they don't have a minimum order on their website. When they usually do, they got rid of it for the time being, and so I thought I would buy another backup of the ivory shade, since, you know, we're going into warmer weather now, and I'll be using the ivory, you know, throughout the summer, and then, you know, maybe I'll run out of it. I have no idea how long it takes to hit pan, but when I do, I did have a backup just in case. And then the last product I have to show you is a deodorant. It looks like this. I bought this from Sephora. It's the Lavanilla, the Healthy Deodorant it's called, and this particular one is vanilla blackberry. They're all vanilla something, which I wish they had different scents because I am not the biggest fan of vanilla, but I used to have a scent that I liked, and I can't remember what it was called prior to buying this one, and I couldn't find it last time. I don't know if they don't make it anymore, or maybe it's just out of stock, and I settled on this blackberry, which I don't like quite as much, just the scent itself, but I love the deodorant. I think it's great. I think it works really well. It doesn't stop you from sweating. This is 100% natural. There's no aluminum in it, so it's not an antiperspirant. It doesn't block your pores and prevent the sweat from coming out, because that's something that I personally consider dangerous, because your sweat contains toxins, and that's how your body gets rid of toxins. And so to trap them, you know, right here in your armpit, it's been linked to breast cancer, you know, because it's so close location-wise. And so I prefer natural deodorants rather than antiperspirants. And so in comparison with, you know, natural deodorants, I feel like it works well, and I like everything about it. My armpits are kind of sensitive, and I was using before this, a couple years ago, I was using Tom's of Maine, and it made like my skin start peeling in my armpits. I have no idea what was in it that my skin was reacting to, but it was like literally like started peeling. So I really like this, and this is my second tube, I guess, tube of it. So that's it. These are all the products that I noticed in my bathroom when I was kind of looking through stuff to see what to show you that I've either repurchased or have backups of. There's probably other products as well, but unfortunately, you know, I just didn't have the time to really thoroughly examine everything. I wanted to go ahead and make this video, and once I had enough products, I figured, you know, this was enough to show you for now, and maybe if I come up with a couple more things, I can make another video in the future, or if I repurchase, you know, things in the future as well, then, you know, I'll have more to show you. But I thought this would be a fun idea for a video so you can kind of see the things that I use a lot of, or the things that, you know, I like to have backups of, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.